And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Saturday Winestream and another exciting episode of Drink with Rick. I'm Rick, and tonight, well, we have another Italian wine tonight. And I found this one quite by accident, but I was willing to give it a try, and we're going to try it out tonight, taste it, pair it with some foods, and just see what it's like. Hope it's a good one. Well, if you're joining me for the first time or the 191st time, because this is the 191st episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine Stream, this is a stream of consciousness kind of show. Now, I do have my show notes. The show notes are right here, right here, ready to go, as always. But I don't always follow them verbatim. Sometimes I really don't follow them much at all because the show is not about me. It's somewhat about the wine, but the show is really about you and me getting together on a Saturday night, having a great time with our favorite libations, our favorite snacks, whatever they are. You don't have to drink wine. You don't have to drink beer, water, whatever. You don't have to drink anything at all, but it's good to stay hydrated because, this is generally a 90-minute show, so you might want to stay hydrated. Your favorite snacks, whatever they are, just kick back, relax. This is just about bringing everybody together because that's what wine does. It brings people together. Now, we don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion on the show. We don't talk about things that tear people apart. There's enough of that going around in the world already, isn't there? We don't need more of that. We want to talk about things that we find common ground in, commonality, that bring people together, right? And that's what we're doing tonight. Well, I've got quite an itinerary here, so jump in the chats and say hi and tell me how you're doing. Tell me how your week went, and tell me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're not drinking. Tell me what you like to be drinking. Tell me what you'd like to see me drinking, and if I can afford a bottle of it. And if I can find it, I'll see if I can get one and drink it too. Give it a fair and honest review. Now, if you want to get into the chats, we are live on our chats, and you know what? I did not pull my chat page up before the show, but I'm going to do that right now. Let's do that right now, shall we? All right, the chat page. The live page is up, drinkwithrick.com. I thought I had everything ready to go. It's always something. Anyway, here is that's tonight's show, as a matter of fact. That's what we're watching here. Let's go to the Winestream page. There we go. All right, so if you want to join in on one of the chats, you can join me live on Facebook. The Facebook page is Drink with Rick. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to follow me on my profile. You're going to have to look for Rick. You're going to have to follow me on my profile because, unfortunately, for Facebook tonight, Facebook, it's not showing up on my page, on the Facebook page. But you can, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you can jump right in the chats right there and chat with me there. That chat is live. YouTube. The YouTube channel is youtube.com / Drink with Rick. And Twitch channel. Twitch is twitch.tv / drinkwithrick1. Drink with Rick and the number 1, one word. Twitter is at Drink with Rick, and you can watch live on Twitter and tweet me there. I'll try to keep up with those. And on Odyssey. On Odyssey, it's odyssey.com and / drinkwithrick : 7. Colon and the number 7. So that's what we got going on there. Now, if you can't watch now or watch later, you can listen to us you can listen to all of us, because I do relay everything in the chats that you want to put up in the chat and converse with me with. The podcast goes out at 10 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights. Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Blueberry.com, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Amazon Music, podcastindex.org, and by email. If you go to drinkwithrick.com, click on the subscribe page, click on the little blue button that says by email, put your email address in the box, and you will get the latest episode of Drink with Rick as soon as it drops, and no salesman will call. It's just for the podcast, okay? Of course, you can subscribe and like and all that kind of thing there. I don't really push that too much, but I'll be honest, if I can get a few more subscribers on YouTube, I can get my own YouTube URL, not at Drink with Rick, but Drink with Rick. Apparently, that's what they say. So we'll see how that works. So feel free to subscribe to me there. That would be much appreciated. But once again, it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do. And what's up's in the chat on let's see. I was almost said Facebook. It's on Twitch. What's up's in the chat on Twitch, and what's up says. Oh, yeah, he says, have to step away for a minute, but I'll be back. And he says, back. Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm back. We're all back, I hope. And I'm hoping you're having a great Saturday evening, and I hope it's going very well. My Saturday evening is pretty good, such as it is. I do not have my lovely wife, Chi, to make a nice plate for me for the show tonight, because she is off visiting friends in Texas. And she's due back tomorrow night. So she'll be back tomorrow night, late tomorrow night. She left early Thursday morning, really early, and then she's going to be back late Sunday night. I guess she needs a few days away from me. Who can blame her, right? Okay, so anyway, let me show you what we have to pair the wine. Oh, let me show you the wine first. As a matter of fact, I can't show you the wine because I did not put the pictures up for the wine. Let me see if I can do that really quick. And while I'm doing yeah, I did not put the pictures up for the wine. Believe it or not, I was not prepared. I thought I was prepared, and I was not as prepared as I thought I was going to be tonight. I don't know. I had all day to do this, right? And for some reason, here it is. Let me get a picture of that. There it is, right there. Okay. Let me see if I can get that going there. Okay, this is tonight's wine. This is the wine that we're drinking tonight. This is called a Magnifico. Yeah, and I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. Let me get the back end of this wine situated here so we can, I don't know if I've got it here. Let's see. Oh, no. Let's see if I've got that. Well, I'm really unprepared tonight, aren't I? Okay, let's get this done. Here we are. Okay, now I've got it. Okay, this is the back of the wine. All right. So, going back to the front of the wine, this is what we're drinking tonight. It is called a Magnifico Rosso Fuoco. It's a Primitivo. And this is, if you notice the front there, Magnifico. Okay, Magnifico Rosso. What's a Rosso? Well, a Rosso means it's Italian for red. It's the Italian word for red. Fuoco is the Italian word for fire. So, red fire. That's what this says. Red fire. And Magnifico stands for, it's Italian for magnificent. So it's magnificent red fire. And this is a Primitivo, which actually, a Primitivo is a Zinfandel. That's what Primitivo is. Primitivo is a Zinfandel. Let me read the back of this for just a moment. Let's see. Magnifico Rosso Fuoco. It's a Puglia. Primitivo 2021. And it says intense purple color. This wine has an excellent character. Actually, it says this wine has a excellent character. I should just read it as it is, right? This wine has an excellent character with notes of plums, cherry, marmalade, and tobacco. It is pleasantly spicy with an aftertaste of cocoa, coffee, and vanilla. Ooh, I can hardly wait to try this. Great wine for roasted and grilled meats. Excellent with mature hard cheeses. Okay, sounds good. It's a product of Italy. There's 14.5% ABV in this 750 milliliter bottle, and it is imported by 365 Wines, Stuart, Florida. So this is an Italian red wine from Italy. That's what we've got going on there. Okay, so I can hardly wait to get to opening this bottle of wine and just see how good it really is. We're going to find out what we can about the wine. And let me check the chats one more time, see who's in the chat. Okay, it's kind of quiet at the moment, but we'll check on everything. Oh, Joker Card's in the chat on YouTube. Joker Card says, "Evening, Rick. Thanks again for the package of wonderful stuff. Looking forward to reading the trivia book." And he says, well, I'm glad you got it, Joker. I really appreciate you playing the game. We had a trivia. For those who didn't know, we had, not trivia game, what am I saying? Our annual, well, it was a drinking game. It was a wine drinking game. So that's what we had. And Joker Card won a prize there. And I'm glad that you enjoyed that. And hey, I'm just glad that you're here tonight, as a matter of fact. And Joker says, "I'm having a 2016 Cabernet called Stag's Leap." Stag's Leap. I'm not familiar with that label. Stag's Leap. Now, let me write that down. Is it any good? How are you liking it so far? It's a cab? Stag's Leap. Cab. Okay, I'll go that check. I'll check it out and see what that's all about. So you like the cab so far? It tastes like a decent cab. I really do like a good Cabernet. Let's see what else we got going on here. What else we got? What else we have? What do we got? All right, so let's get to opening this bottle of wine. The night is young, but it's not going to stay young forever. Hopefully this wine is not too young. It is a 2021, so hopefully it's not too young to drink. I don't think so. So let's open it up. Let's get to the opening part. Then we get to the drinking part. All right, let's see if we got this. This is a little tough. This foil is a bit tough to cut into. It's pretty thick. Let's do it a little hard. There we go. Wow, that's thick foil. This is a thick bottle too. I mean, I'm surprised. It has a deep punt in it. This is what it's called. That's what the little pit is called. It's called a punt. And it's done for a couple of reasons. One, to collect the any sediment that collects down the bottle. It's also somewhat of an indicator, not always, but somewhat usually an indicator that the wine is meant to be held for a little while. In other words, you can keep it for a little while. You don't have to drink it right away, like a $2 chuck or something, where you look at the bottom of that and it's like a flat bottom. Those are meant to be consumed right away. These you can hold on to for a little while. Technically speaking, that's usually the case. Not always, but usually. And this bottle is very heavy, very thick, and more expensive. This means that the bottle is more expensive. It was more expensive to produce it, and it feels that way. Usually, a more expensive bottle, a higher quality bottle, usually equates to a higher quality bottle of wine. Again, not always. It just sort of depends. So, you sort of take that with a few grains of salt. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up. I've got my mechanical corkscrew here. Get that in there, and let's get the cork out. There we go. Nice and easy. Okay. I'll take the cork out later. I just decorked the bottle. I know. I decorked the bottle. That's the way we say it here on the Winestream. I decorked the bottle. Didn't uncork it. Decorked it. And, of course, oh, you know what? I almost forgot something. It's sitting right in front of me, too. The aerator. Can't forget the aerator. Let's get the aerator in there. But you got to do it carefully, make sure the bottle's not too full so don't displace a lot of wine. We've had that happen on the show a few times. We have. All right, and to hold the grape nectar, I have my genuine Galway Irish crystal glass, courtesy of my employers at buy2wayradios.com. That was not a plug, by the way. Okay, I'm just showing my gratitude to my employers for this wonderful crystal set, which also came with a carafe. So, and I did use it once on the show, as a matter of fact, as I recall. Okay, let's give this wine, we're just going to give this wine a little bit of swirl. Just give it a good little swirl there to get it kind of going. Get the oxygen in there. Oxygenate the wine. We're going to set aside just a minute or two because it's a good idea before you just pour and start drinking right away. You want to pour the wine in the glass and let it sit for a few minutes. Let it sit and breathe. Become acclimated to the air, get the air in there, and then you can start to smell the aromas and then do the tasting. It's good practice. So while it's doing that, let me check Facebook one more time. Okay, and my lovely wife Chi is in the chat. She says hello and right back at you. I'll get to you in just a moment here, Chi. And Justice Violet is in the chat. And it's great to see you too, Justice. And Justice says, Joker card, does your bottle have a punt? Joker says it's pretty good. Okay, he's responding to me about the... Joker's responding to me about the wine he's drinking, the cab. He says it's pretty good, not sure about the current year, but the 2016 is quite nice. Oh, so you're not sure what the year is that you're drinking now, but you have had it before then. It's the Cabernet called Stag's Leap. So I've got that written down. I'm going to go look for it. And Justice says, wants to know if Joker Card has a bottle with a punt in it. And Joker Card says, why, yes, it does. Okay, so how is it? Is it like a deep punt, or is it like a knuckle? It's like not quite 2 knuckles, but mine's about a knuckle and a half. That doesn't really tell you anything either, because everyone's hands and fingers are different sizes, right? It's okay. It's got a punt in it. That means that it is likely a fairly good quality wine. Once again, not always the case, but as a general rule, that's not a bad indicator most of the time. And my lovely wife, Chi, once again, is in the chat. She says hello and right back at you. Chi, I hope everything is going well. And you give Johnny my best and on his recovery and everything. And she is in Texas right now with my sister-in-law and a friend of ours. And they're in Texas and having a great time, I suppose. And how was dinner, by the way? Or have you had dinner yet? Well, let's see. What time is it in Texas? You're about 2 hours behind, right? So I think it depends on what part of Texas you're in, because I think there are a couple of time zones in Texas. So it's 10:22 now, my time, Eastern. So it's probably, I'm guessing it's probably 8:22 or something like that. That's just my guess. I'm missing you, by the way. 9:22. Okay. All right. So since my lovely wife Chi is here, let me go ahead and show you what we have to pair with the wine, because I did not show you that at the beginning of the show. I'm going to show it to you now. She's going to have a field day with this. Where's camera 3? Here it is. Okay, it's on camera 3. This is what I know my wife is going to be like, oh no. Okay, normally she does the food up, and she does the presentation and all that sort of thing, and she does just a fabulous job with it. Since she's gone this weekend, I had to do my own food prep here, and of course I had to make dinner too, so it was okay. What we have, oh, it looks pretty sad, doesn't it? Okay, so What do we... There's a story behind this. Not a good one, but a funny one. Okay, so what we have here is we have some beef sausage to try the wine with. We have a little bit of Bubba Burger. Yes, this is Bubba Burger. And it's kind of a cold and hard Bubba Burger now because it's been sitting up here for a while because I had to reheat it. I made it around 7:30 and then I put it in the fridge and took it out and then reheated it about 20 minutes before the start of the show. And now it's pretty sad. Yeah. Anyway, we have some cheeses. We have the unexpected cheddar with parm, and we have the this is the Cracker Barrel cheddar, and then we have the Asego cheese right there, all from Trader Joe's. Well, two of these are from Trader Joe's. That's from I think it's from not Pepperidge Farm. What's the name of that place? It's one of the other farms. And this wine is supposed to go good with hard cheeses, so that's why I chose some hard cheeses. I would have done the Parmesan and the double cream Gouda as well. Unfortunately, those were all kind of moldy, and I had to toss them. So Bob the Raccoon is, I presume, out in the backyard having a feast on some cheese tonight. Yes. And Justice says, LOL, I want to know what she thinks of your dinner. I guess we'll find out in just a minute. She says not bad. I don't think she's talking about my dinner. She says not bad. I think she's talking about her trip. Justice says, haha, she said not bad. Yeah, I don't think she's talking about my... You know what, though? I'll tell you what it needs. Let me check the chat on Twitch. Okay, so let me go back to Twitch here for just a minute. CM Cinder is in the chat. It's great to see you, CM Cinder, as well. And What's Up says, I run events for an institution for a living and got lucky and was able to take home some leftover bottles of some expensive wine they served. They were really good, but I'd never spend that much money myself on wine, but I'd highly recommend them. Wow, that's quite a good deal. That's quite a deal. Wow. Enjoy them. Savor them. I think that's really cool. And, I've got a couple of stories about that. Wines that I got for free that were gifts, and I still have them in the fridge, and I don't know, to be honest, some of them I got them when about 9 years ago, and I don't know if they're really still any good to drink, to be honest. Yeah, Justice, she said not bad, but I'm still not convinced she's talking about about this right here. I think she's talking about something else. I don't know. The trip maybe. Okay, look, she does not have a garnish. I don't have a I don't have anything. You know what? I don't know. Here. Yeah, I got some here. But how about sprinkles? Maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll be better with sprinkles, huh? Okay. Well, there we go. We'll put some sprinkles on it. Whatever. I don't think I'm going to eat that burger anyway. Does that help the presentation any? Not really. That doesn't help the presentation, does it? Okay. I think I got some on the cheese. I hope not. All right. Joker says, wait, what just happened? I tried to improve my sorry presentation of the platter tonight because she's not here. She would do it up right, and I sprinkles, yeah. She says, oh no, oh yeah. Justice says, LOL the sprinkles. I vote chocolate sprinkles next time. Oh, okay, chocolate. Oh wait, I don't have any chocolate sprinkles. Next time, I will keep that in mind. Chocolate. Let me write that down. Chocolate sprinkles. Okay. I've got that written down. Okay. All right. We're about ready to drink this wine, but let's find out a little bit, and we can have some more fun. after that. We got, well, you know, I forgot to tell you the itinerary tonight, right? Okay, we're going to open, pour, taste, and review the wine. I'm just following the itinerary here, but that can go south at any time. We're going to pair it with some food, such as it is. We're going to toast some national days. We have a few national days to toast. And I'm going to tell you about a new sponsor I have. Yes, I have a sponsor. I'm going to tell you about a new sponsor. And we're going to show the traveling guy. I know a lot of you in the chat have not seen the traveling guy. I showed the analyst last week, I think, and the traveling guy is sort of a sequel to the analyst, and it's actually the table's turned around a little bit. And well, let's see, whatever else we can think of, I'll add it to the list. Joker says, this feels like you need a good lager to pair with this instead of wine. You may be correct. You may be right. And we are going to, as a matter of fact, I'm planning on reviewing some beers in the next week or two and some ciders after that. So if you like beer and cider, we're going to do some of that as well. I may bring on my son, Tom Antio, to help me out with the ciders a little bit. Chi says, might as well add some caramel on the burger. If only I had some. Chi left town, and our cupboard is like, we kind of ate through whatever food we could, and the rest of it, I went to the grocery store the other day and to buy a few things because we were out of eggs and stuff, and I just didn't realize how expensive all that stuff is. It's been a while because she does most of the shopping, and I must say it was real sticker shock. I'll have to say. Justice says Rick's Burger. Yeah, it kind of looks like those. The emojis look better in my burger. I'll have to say that the emojis look better. Okay, all right. So let's learn a little bit more about this wine, so we get to drinking it and seeing if it's any bit as good as it says on the label. I went to checking it out online. Didn't find it a lot of places that had it, although a couple places popped up that said it was $41 or $43 a bottle in some places, but they were all in Asia. And I thought, well, this is pretty expensive in Asia. I'm glad I don't live in that country there, but that particular country in Asia, both of those sites were from a particular country in Asia that were advertising it, one for $41 and another one for $43 a bottle. And I thought, whoa, glad I don't live there. But I did find it, Vivino had it listed for $14.93 a bottle, 4.0 ratings, 4 out of 5 star ratings based on all the vintages, not just this one, the 2021 vintage. So, and it looks like it had some decent reviews on it. Someone even commented on the bottle, how heavy it was. And let's see, Wine Store has it listed for $14.99 a bottle. Now, I do not, because I forgot where I bought it from, to be honest. Sorry, Matt and the guys at Wine Store. I brought my Trader Joe's receipt, but I didn't buy it at Trader Joe's. I'm pretty sure I purchased this at Wine Store, winestore-online.com, and I believe that's what I paid for. It was $14.99, and it says so on their website, so that must have been what I paid for it. That sounds about right. Seems about right. So there you go. Let's get to tasting this wine, shall we? And then we'll get back to the chats and a lot of other fun. So we're going to get a good whiff. Interesting mix of cherry and blackberry. And it does taste a little, it does smell a little musky, like there might be a little tobacco. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, a little cedary. There's some notes of cherry and blackberry in this wine. A little cedary. There's something else in here that I'm not I don't really identify too much. Maybe that's it's not plum. I'm not. As they said plum, but I'm not really tasting any plum right now. But that might happen as it opens up. It is a bit jammy, and it has a nice long finish. This is a fairly bold wine. Not as bold as the one that we tried last week, but it's fairly bold. It is a full-bodied wine. Let me use my left hand. See, I'm being ambidextrous. It's a fairly smooth wine, but it's not as dry as I would have liked. Now, a Primitivo is a Zinfandel. I would have expected something a little bit drier from the Zinfandel, but this is not. This is a little bit sweeter of a Zin, and it's it's not that tannic really. There are a few tannins, very mild tannins in it. Decent finish, but it is a little bit on the sweet side. Not super sweet, but it's a little on the sweet side. This is, though, a bold and jammy wine. So and the thing is, it's not really fair for me to say that right off the bat, because I have had some of these bold and jammy type wines before that were like that right out of the bottle, even though I gave it a few extra minutes to open up. However, I found that as we go towards the end of the stream, after I've gone down into the bottle, it's opened up a lot more, and it's not as jammy as it was before. So this might be, I don't know, we're going to let it open up a little bit. Still a little on the sweet side, but I think I might dry out just a little bit as we open it up. I don't know, we'll see. But it's decent. It's a decent drinking wine so far. I'll give you my full review at the end of the show, because it's just too early to give this a fair review just on opening the bottle just now. In the meantime, we'll have some fun, and we will go ahead and do the tasting. In spite of the sprinkles, we'll do the tasting. And let me check the chats one more time here. Okay, what we've got here. So she wants me to add some caramel on the burger. Nah, come on now. I don't want to. I don't want to go crazy now. I do like caramel, not so much on a burger, but let's face it, the sprinkles I think are just a little bit much. I would not have done this. Okay, let me be quite clear about this. I would never have done this on cheese platters. I only did it because I made this burger. It's pretty dried out. So I'm not sure there's any hope for it to begin with. There's nothing else that I can really add to this burger to make it better. Of course, I haven't even tasted it yet, have I? Let's go ahead and taste it. Let's go to camera 3. So we'll give it a taste. I'm just going to avoid the sprinkles and taste the edge of this. Man, it is hard and cold. This is what I made tonight. Okay, this is what I made. It's not a bad burger. I did put a little bit of Lowry's on it, Lowry seasoning. Didn't season a whole lot. I pan-fried it in olive oil. Just a little bit of olive oil. Not a lot. Actually, not bad. The burger is on very, very dry. It's drier than this wine. But it's actually the pairing between the wine and the burger is actually pretty decent. I'm going to clear the palate just a moment. I'll clear the palate for a minute. Yeah, the burger is fine with the wine, and it's a Bubba burger, so you can't go wrong with a Bubba burger unless you're me and I make it like I did. It was actually pretty good when it was hot off the grill, but or off the pan. But after it was put in the fridge for a couple hours and then brought back out and microwaved some more, it's not. Let me tell you something. The sprinkles probably would help it. I don't know if anything else that would help it, to be honest with you. I think maybe what it needs. Maybe this will help. Maybe it needs more cowbell. Yeah. Yeah, more cowbell. Do you think more cowbell will help this? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, let's go back to the tasting. Back to camera 3. All right, we're going to have it on back with this fork. I'm just going to pick it up. It's finger food anyway. These are appetizers. I'll bet it goes great with appetizers. This is actually pretty good. These little, not Pepperidge Farm. What's that other farm? Pepperidge Farm, they make the cookies. What's the other one? I can never remember the name of that farm. It's one of those places where they do the pop-up stores in the mall and sell the cheeses and the sausages and the crackers and things like that. Chile remind me. Oh, what is the name of that? I forget it. Never can remember the name of that farm. It's good sausage though. Chewy. Chewy. Really chewy. Oh, quite nice. Nice pairing. And I'm tasting, I was smelling, when I brought this up to my nose, I started getting a little bit of the tobacco flavor. And there's something else in there. I'm going to have to go back and see. Let's go back and look at, let me clear the palate one more time here first. Okay. Let's go back to the back of this wine. Now, what does it say on the back of this label? Intense purple color. This wine has an excellent character with notes of plums, cherry, marmalade, and tobacco. I got the cherry. I got a hint of the tobacco. I didn't taste any plum. It is pleasantly spicy with an aftertaste of cocoa, coffee, and vanilla. Ah, that must be what I'm tasting. There is a little bit of the vanilla. Great wine for roasted and grilled meats. Excellent with mature hard cheeses. Well, I agree with them on the meats. But let's see if it'll go with the cheeses. Before I do that, let's go back to the chat here. I don't want to miss anything in the chat. Quiet in the chat. Okay. Facebook. Oh my goodness. I already did my rant off Facebook last week. All right, so CM Cinder says, Dad, why did you put sprinkles on the burger, Dad? Because it was there. I know, because my burger is hard, and your mother isn't here to make a good one, and the burger is hard, so I figured, why not? Let's just throw a few sprinkles, see if that'll make it better. It did not. I don't think even the cowbell helped it. More cowbell did not help. What's Up says, Rick, are you and your family into board games at all? There's a wine-themed one called Viticulture that is quite good. I like board games. My family and I do, as a matter of fact, like board games. Although the last time we played Monopoly, that was had an interesting ending. But yeah, Monopoly tends to bring out the that brings out a lot of emotions in people. Anyway, where was it? Oh, Viticulture. I think I have heard of that game. It's a wine-themed one called Viticulture. I have seen several. I was at our local Harris Teeter last week, and they had a nice display of several board games. I think that was one of them there. Have you tried it? What's Up? Have you tried this? Have you tried that board game? I took a quick look at a couple of them, and I thought, they look pretty interesting. I don't know if I might. You know what? Maybe we should buy one night and just set it up on Twitch or something and just try to play it somehow. That could be kind of fun. That would be kind of fun. I can try that sometime. Do a maybe on a Wednesday night rewind. I have done in the past on Twitch the Wednesday rewind, what I call it Wednesday rewind, and I show some of my films there again, and also replay some of the past wine streams. But that might be an interesting idea. What's Up says, CM Sender says, we like board games, haven't played one together in a while. Yeah, that's true, although, they're fun. What's Up says, I have. It's a little complicated, but good once you get going. Essentially, you're all building competing vineyards in Tuscany. Oh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like a fun game. Almost sounds like a cross between... almost sounds a little bit like a version of Risk or something. Building competing vineyards in Tuscany. That sounds like fun. I'm going to have to check that out. All right, so let me viticulture, is it? I'm taking a lot of notes here. Wait. There we go. I'm going to check that out. Maybe we could play it on the wine stream one night. That could be kind of fun. I'd like that. I'm always up for something different. I always like to keep kind of mix it up and keep things fresh. That's all. Not the same old thing every night. No opening the same old wine. If you know what I mean. So, where was I? Okay, I'm just checking all the chats there. Good. Well, what's up? I'm going to take up your recommendation, and I'm going to see if I can find a copy of this board game. We'll see if we can set it up here, because I've got the camera 3. I could probably set up a camera 3, and we could have fun playing that on the wine stream. That could be a lot of fun. Great suggestion, by the way. Okay, so where were we? Oh, yes, we're going to finish the tasting, the pairing. So let's go back to camera 3 for just a moment. Let's try it with the Parmesan, and this is actually the unexpected cheddar with Parm. Let me get a small piece here. There we go. It starts breaking up on me if I get a really big piece. This is a hard cheese, very good. It's cheddar. It's a like a medium cheddar, but it has Parmesan mixed in with it. Very good cheese. I like it. Let's see how it pairs with the wine. Wow. Makes that hard cheese a little bit creamy and brings out the Parm in it. Parmesan. I like this. And yes, it is vanilla. And it's vanilla I'm getting now, and I'm getting more of it, actually. As the wine starts to open up, I am getting more vanilla in this wine, and I kind of like that because I like vanilla. It's pretty good, this aroma and this taste with the vanilla in it. That's a nice touch. I like that. Well, so far I'm liking the wine pretty much. Let me clear the palate. And let's go back to camera 3, and let's try it with the Asiago. Let's try it with the Asiago cheese. Or as I like to call it sometimes, the Assaggio. The Assergio. Hey, Sergio. Asiago. Sometimes I just say something because I like to say it that way. Okay, now what it does do is it does make the cheese taste a little bit earthy. It makes the cheese taste earthy, which is interesting. Not a bad thing, but it does give the cheese an earthy taste to it, which is interesting. Because I was tasting a little cedar at the beginning. The wine itself doesn't taste earthy to me. And it's interesting that combination just kind of changes things a bit and makes the cheese taste earthy. Clear the palate one more time. Let's go back to camera 3 and let's try it with the last one. This would be the Cracker Barrel. Get one small piece here. Cracker Barrel cheddar. And this is, I think this is kind of more of a sharp cheddar. That's kind of more medium. We'll try it with that. Which camera am I on? This one. Let's see. Once again, nice. Yeah, I like this. And the cheese is not bad either. It's the jamminess is subsiding just a little bit. It's still there, but I am getting the little more. The tobacco is flavor is becoming more pronounced in it. Very good. Still not getting any plum out of this though. We'll see. All right, so I think that does it for the tasting, and so far I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot more than I'm liking the sprinkles right now. I love sprinkles. I love sprinkles. Look, let me put it this way. You can fix a lot of things with sprinkles. You make things go better with sprinkles, you know? I mean, you get a bowl of ice. Don't you have a bowl of ice cream and ask for sprinkles, and they give you sprinkles, and they go, that's all you're putting on there? And maybe a little more, maybe a few extra, and they put a little more. Yeah, come on, put them on, keep going, tell you when, you know. Just give it all you got. Dump the sprinkles on it. Yeah, just give me the doggone sprinkles all over my ice cream. That's the way I like to eat it. Ice cream goes better with sprinkles. Cake goes better with sprinkles, doesn't it? Doesn't a cake taste better with sprinkles? Now, granted, if you just have, here, look, I'm going to show you. You have a few sprinkles like this. Pop in your mouth. Just sugar. They don't really taste like anything, just sugar. At least not to me. Well, there's a little bit of a taste. But there's something psychological about having these multicolored sprinkles on ice cream or cake. Now, okay, no, they're not my sponsor, okay? I'm not selling sprinkles. But I'm just saying that there's some psychological aspect when you see, okay, I'm going to put this to you for a second and tell me what you think. Tell me if I'm all wet or not. Tom Antio is in the, great to see you, Tom Antio, by the way. Tom Antio says, was sprinkles on burger good? I actually didn't try it with sprinkles. I scraped the sprinkles off that side. Come on, I'm not crazy. I'm not an idiot. Most of the time. But don't you think that if you're looking at a cake with two of the same cakes, one with sprinkles and one without, let's say one without sprinkles and one with sprinkles, which one are you going to prefer? Which cake, if you set two, we have to do some sort of a scientific study on this. If you set out two identical cakes, or maybe two identical bowls of ice cream, we'll say something simple like vanilla or strawberry or chocolate or something, set them out in front of somebody. One is plain and the other has sprinkles. Which one do you think is going to go first? Which one's going to go first? The one that's plain, or the cake that's plain, or the one with sprinkles? The cake with sprinkles, I should say. Which do you think is going? Which one would you prefer? Now, maybe some people don't like sprinkles, but doesn't everybody love sprinkles? I'm telling you, there's something psychological about it when you see something that's just plain as opposed to something that's really colorful and looks a lot more sugary and fanciful and tasty, even if it really isn't. It's psychological, right? Tom Antio says, depends on the flavor. Okay, well, if it's two of the same flavor. Justice says, LOL, more cowbell. Yeah, I did. Chi says you have. Justice says, LOL. Are your kids? Your kids are concerned about your food choices. And she says, Justice, you have no idea. Justice says, sometimes when I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I'll go to the Baskin Robbins counter and ask for a side of sprinkles. LOL, they charge me like $1 plus tax. So, isn't that insane or what? Okay, this little thing of sprinkles, I don't know what it cost me. It was a couple bucks. But everything's gone up in price. But you know what? Here's a tip for you, Justice. Go buy one of these. I think they sell them in the dollar store too. I don't know if I'd eat them from the dollar store. Oh, why not? You know, I think stuff in the dollar store isn't even $1 anymore, is it? But go to next time you go to. Okay, this didn't come from me. Okay, it did, but no, it didn't come from me. Go to the Baskin Robbins and order it without sprinkles, and then to save yourself some money, just pull this out of your pocket, your purse or whatever, and dump some sprinkles on it. And I guarantee you, it's going to be the same thing. And you will have saved $1. There you go. I just performed a public service, my public service duty on saving money, tips to save money when you're at Baskin Robbins. And Dunkin' Donuts, too, for that measure. Yeah. Just go to Dunkin' Donuts, get your favorite donut. Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme, I don't think they even put sprinkles on most of their donuts. Go to Krispy Kreme when they're just off the whatever they call that thing, the assembly line, fresh. When they just make them fresh, get them fresh when they're nice and soft and gooey. Get them, bring out your sprinkles, put some sprinkles on them, and there you go. And they're gonna, because it's still warm and gooey and soft. Your sprinkles are going to stick nicely, and then you eat them, and you will save yourself whatever Krispy Kreme would have charged if they even sell sprinkles. Justice says, sometimes when I go to Dunkin'... I read that. Okay. There's a little tip from Drink with Rick's. Free tip there. What's Up says, you should invent savory sprinkles for burgers. You know what? I will leave that to you, What's Up? Not a bad idea. Smoky sprinkles, you know, some barbecue flavor sprinkles and things like that. That sounds great for a burger. I don't think it'd go well on ice cream. Barbecue sprinkles. All right, this show has really gone downhill quick, hasn't it? Yeah, I tell you. Here's the audience now. You should invent savory sprinkles for burgers. You know, No. Not for me. You can invent them. And you can patent them, and you will own the patent on those savory sprinkles for burgers. I think that's a good idea. What's up? And you do that, and I'll buy the first one from you and see how it goes. I'll buy the first, what do they call these things? Little canister, bottle, whatever. Shaker. Okay. Did I tell you my mom was going to be on the show tonight? I did. I told you that I did not tell you that my mom was going to be on the show tonight. She just showed up for the show. No, my mom passed away in around 1980 and 1979, 80. But you just saw my mom. That was my mom. Yes. I know.
Oh, you know.
That was also my mom. No, really, that was my mom. That was my mom. It was some film I shot. She was actually one of my films. That's a short clip from a film that I made that I actually never finished. We were doing a sequel to, we were working on the sequel to News at 6, which was News at 11, and that was supposed to be a news story where I'm on the beat at the beach. I think that was at St. Petersburg, Florida, and around 1978 or 79. I think it was 1979. It was before my mom passed, and I was doing a segment called Prudist Colony. It was a segment called the Prudist Colony, where you have all the prudists on the beach, and they're all, wrapped up in jackets and clothes and stuff in the middle of the summer because they're prudists. They're not. It's not a nudist colony. It's a Prudist colony. Okay, yeah, all right. It was a one joke film. But I have another film to show you. But before I do that, I do have tonight's, I want to present tonight's sponsor. I do have a sponsor tonight, such as it is. And I want to present to you tonight's sponsor. I think you'll enjoy it. And please feel free to no, don't. Don't patronize this sponsor. Trust me, I don't think. Can you believe that? That's the one time that I can say I have a sponsor for the show, and I do not recommend this sponsor. How about that? Okay, here's tonight's sponsor for the show.
It's no secret kids love bugs, but that's no way to eat roaches. Try Chug-a-Bug, naturally flavored insect drink. Naturally flavored because it contains 90% real insect juice.
Have a cake or just a mug, but you'll never choke on a leg when you Chug-a-Bug.
On fruity, flying, tangy termite.
Yes, Chug-a-Bug. It was once just the original flavor. I do not know what that original flavor was. I don't want to hazard a guess. But it's now available in Fruity Fly and Tangy Termite. Run right out and get your jar of Chug-a-Bug today. Okay, so that was my sponsor. Here's the audience reaction right now. Okay, so tonight, I do have a real. That was not the film I was going to show you. I'm going to show you a film, but and that's coming up shortly. But before we do that, I have a couple of things. Well, we've got to do the national days, right? It's time for the national days. So let's cue up the national days. Everyone have something to toast. I have not had enough of this wine. It's 14.5% ABV, and it's probably kicking in fast. So I guess we better get moving on this show before this wine really kicks in, right? Let's see who's on Facebook. It's kind of quiet on Facebook tonight. Oh, Justice says, Joker. No, I'm sorry. Joker says savory sprinkles. That's called bacon bits. You've got it. That's absolutely correct. It's bacon bits. We do have those. So what's up? Yes, we do have. But I tell you what, they're not shaped like sprinkles. They're shaped like bacon bits. I love, bacon bits are great, aren't they? It's not even a real bacon. It's like imitation bacon, at least the ones I've had. Tastes like bacon. But there you go. What's up? That's what's missing. That's what's me. I think I agree with you. I agree with you that with this, what these colorful sprinkles are great with ice cream and cakes and cookies and other desserts. But what this is missing, what this burger's missing, is not the colorful sprinkles, but the sprinkles that are like bacon bits, but they're shaped like sprinkles. See, bacon bits are not shaped like sprinkles. They're shaped like little chunks of bacon, right? Let's call them bacon bits, little bits of bacon. Now, what if you made sprinkles that looked and that tasted like bacon? bacon sprinkles. I like that idea. I think, no, seriously, what's up? I think you should go. I'm giving this to you. Now, I could do it, probably. But, and then show up on Shark Tank in a couple of years looking for investors. I bet the sharks would go for it. Bacon bits, except for maybe Mr. Wonderful is going to, do you know how many people are making bacon bits now? I can't do an impression of him. Oh, I'm bald like him. Mr. Wonderful. Kevin O'Leary over there just, saying, oh, yeah, well, I don't know. I could come up with this product in 10 minutes myself. I don't need to invest in your company. And then you go, you're dead to me. Thinking ahead, going on Shark Tank with the bacon bits that are shaped like sprinkles. I like that idea, though. And what's up? I think that would be great. I think you and Joker could work together on something like that and come up with. It's growing on me. That idea is growing on me. Instead of colorful sprinkles on the burger, bacon bits shaped. They're sprinkles that taste like bacon. There you go. Sprinkles that taste like bacon. I like it. I'd buy it. Yeah, sure. Why not? I think that's a great idea. So Joker says, I think we're on to something. Yes, I think so. Justice says, that's definitely your voiceover. Oh, you're talking about the Chugabug? Yes, that was my. I was doing the voiceover on that, but my friend Jim Chamberlain and I did the a cappella jingle. The two of us sang the a cappella jingle together. It was actually his idea to do that. It was pretty funny. Joker says, we need to change the name of the show to Eat with Rick. Bacon, and Joker says, bacon, cheese, and onions, sprinkles. I like this. I'm really liking this idea. Now, somebody's probably going to steal this before the show's over. So I think one of you guys should start working on it right now, or both of you together. I think it's a great idea. What's Up says that could work. What are bacon bits made of anyway? I don't think it's real bacon. I think it's like a fake bacon. I think it's plant-based. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's plant-based with bacon flavor, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody could check on it. Someone here in the chat could look it up and check it out and see what the ingredient. I bet if you type in bacon bits in Google, you Google up bacon bits and just type in ingredients, I'm sure it'll come up with the ingredients on it. But I don't think it's real bacon. I don't think. I do know that. Or at least so I've been told, that the bacon strips is made with some real bacon in it. But we're not talking about bacon strips here. That's dog food. But I have been told the bacon strips has some real bacon in it. And it's funny how the dog food companies isn't this wild? Dog food companies will say made with real burger, or made with real meat, or made with real cheese, or that sort of thing in a lot of their dog snacks or their pet foods. But when it comes to human food, there's so much fakery in these foods that it says made with real imitation cheese flavor, or made with genuine artificial imitation bacon. No real bacon in it at all. But they'll put the real stuff in the dog food. And that's something. Yeah. CM Cinder says the Fakery Bakery. Yes, the Fakery Bakery. That's it right there. The Fakery Bakery. I like that. So Joker says, okay, so Joker looked it up. Joker looked it up. Joker says, according to McCormick's website, yeah, that's right. That's who makes it, is McCormick. Let me have a sip of this. All right. Let's go back to close up there. According to McCormick's website, this is from Joker Card, bacon-flavored bits are made from flavored, textured soy flour to imitate the flavor and crunchy texture of bacon bits. Justice says, oh, wow, Rick was right. Made from flavored, textured soy flour. Imitates the flavor and crunchy texture of bacon bits. So if you could do this, Joker and What's Up, if the two of you could do this, maybe collaborate on it together. Use the same kind of recipe, but make them look like sprinkles. Make them look like sprinkles, and then you got something. Then you got something right there. She says, eat with Rick, Joker. So there you go. All right. Well, we've got to do the national days, right? It's getting, we're getting on. And I still have a film to show, don't I? Okay. So let's get on to the national days. We have some national days to toast. Everyone, raise your glasses. Whatever you're drinking, it's okay, and it can be water. It's perfectly fine. Besides, I won't know either unless you tell me. It doesn't matter as long as we're all toasting together. So let's toast the national days. Today, January 14th, 2023, is National Ratification Day. I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's ratification of the Constitution. I think so. I didn't look it up, but Ratification Day. I don't think it's about rats. Okay, I can't say for sure, but I don't think Ratification Day is about rats. Okay. Today is also, today's also National Dress Up Your Pet Day. Yes, today is National Dress Up Your Pet Day. Do you ever dress up your pet? Now, we have done that in the past with Cosmo. Cosmo the dog. Sweet little Cosmo. Do I have a picture of Cosmo somewhere? I think I do. Of course I do. I've got pictures of Cosmo all over the place. Where are my pictures of Cosmo? I know I had one here not too long ago, but we've got to. He's not dressed up. There he is. There's a nice picture of Cosmo right here. Let's see if I can get that going. Here's a nice picture of Cosmo. What a sweet dog he was. We lost him too soon. He lived to be 14, but he was too soon. Really, it's still too soon. Okay, so that's the most I did to dress up Cosmo. He just put him in a little towel and just set him there, and he's looking cute as always. That was Cosmo the dog. National Dress Up Your Pet Day, and some people dress up their pets, and they do some pretty weird things with their pets. I don't know if that's because you kind of, I don't know. I'm sort of torn between that, because on the one hand, dressing up your pet. Now, we have put a jacket on Cosmo. We've put a little coat. We put a raincoat on him before. Look cute in that. He looked cute in anything. We put little shoes on him, and that's usually when he was going to go out in the snow or something. They wouldn't stay on very long, but we did it. But we did it for practical. They were for practical reasons. It wasn't to make him look cute or to humiliate the dog. In a sense, though, I wonder if in a way that you kind of, you're dressing up the pet, it's kind of sort of humiliating the pet. I don't know. Some people think so. I think for practical purposes, I don't think there's anything wrong with dressing up your pet if it's for practical reasons. Like I said, for putting on a jacket or something. They got fur, but if it's super cold out there, like 20 degrees, they can't stay out there very long. So put a little jacket on them or something. I'm okay with that. Chi says, I have airborne with water. Airborne? Oh, you're taking airborne. I hope you're doing okay, Chi. I hope that's not a bad sign. Airborne with water, vitamin C. Take the vitamin C. That's good. All right. So let's get back to the. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Fireworks are for. Anybody having a birthday, by the way? Or anniversary or anything? We can toast that as well. We sure can. Let me check the other chats. Facebook is quiet tonight, isn't it? It really is. So, where was I? Oh, yes, we're toasting the national days and National Dress Up Your Pet Day. Okay. I will tentatively drink to that. Tentatively. I just drank. I will tentatively drink some more. As we toast National Vision Board Day, that's the second Saturday of January, National Vision Board Day. It's also World Logic Day. January 14th is World Logic Day. For the next 44 minutes, 44 minutes, we have some toasting to do for logic across the world. World Logic Day. Is there any logic in the world? I don't know. World Logic Day. Here's to toast so that we hope everyone has some logic around the world. And here's a favorite. It's also, today is National Hot Pastrami Sandwich Day. January 14th is National Hot Pastrami Sandwich Day. Who knew? If I had known that, I might have run out and gotten some hot pastrami sandwiches for everybody. I might have done that. Maybe. Probably not. But it's National Hot Pastrami Day, and I love a good hot pastrami sandwich. I can remember, I still have this memory. When I was a kid, and we were going through Salisbury, North Carolina. Well, we lived there for a while, but then we were going there to visit one time. We stopped in a restaurant down in downtown, I think it was in downtown Salisbury. And if you don't know where Salisbury is, it's about an hour away from Charlotte here. We stopped there and we had lunch. It was like in a little deli restaurant. And I ordered a hot pastrami sandwich. Now, I was a little kid then. I was probably about 12, 13, maybe 14. But I have this, it's set in my brain. It's just burned in my brain because I was so impressed with the sandwich. It was a really good sandwich. I had never seen a hot pastrami sandwich like this before. That thing was literally this thick. And I mean, the layered pastrami on there was this thick. I kid you not. At least to a little kid, it was this thick. It was super thick. I could barely get my mouth down to bite down on it. It was so thick. And there were two halves of the sandwich, and I thought, man, this is amazing. It was one of the best sandwiches I've ever had. It was definitely the best pastrami sandwich I ever had. And from then on, I was always on a search to find a pastrami sandwich that came close to that, and I have yet to find one. Now, I've come fairly close a couple of times, but nothing as thick as that. I mean, just amazing, juicy, thick hot pastrami sandwich. It was absolutely amazing, and I'm telling you, it probably would have gone great with this wine. It really. Now I'm wanting a pastrami sandwich. It sure looks a heck of a lot better than that. It did. The idea of a hot pastrami sandwich. Okay. Seriously. Whoops, I hit the wrong button again. Okay, National Hot Pastrami Sandwich. I will definitely drink to that. If it's made right. By the way, these national days come courtesy of nationaldaycalendar.com. Nationaldaycalendar.com is Marlo Anderson's website. He's the CEO. And he puts out these it's a fine website, and they've got the new calendar. The new 2023 calendar is out there. I was going to give some away for the show, and I forgot to order them. Silly me. But yeah, I know, it's silly me. Yeah. Anyway, the 2023 calendar is out, and we've had the calendars in the past, and we've given away in the past, and they're really, really cool. They're a lot of fun. So check that out, nationaldaycalendar.com. And no, this is not a paid endorsement. My only sponsor right now is Chug-a-Bug, and we know how that's going at the moment. So tomorrow, which is going to be today in about 42 minutes, National Bagel Day. Well, there you go. It's Sunday, January 15th, 2023 is National Bagel Day. So I guess I'd better get up. I better not drink too much of this so I can go out early in the morning and get some bagel. Well, we have some bagels here. What am I thinking? We have some bagels here. Whatever. It's all good. National Bagel Day. I will drink to that. Love bagels. By the way, one of my favorite places to get a bagel has been for years and years. Anyone down in Florida, particularly in the Orlando area, check out Bagel King. Bagel King, no, I am not, once again, this is not a paid endorsement, okay? But check out Bagel King. I highly recommend them. My wife knew the owner of Bagel King at the time when we lived down there. Bagel King, they have several locations, and I think they do some catering, but the Bagel King is just amazing, and they have an excellent breakfast, excellent lunch, but the bagels are just superb. They are amazing. Here's a National Bagel Day. I will drink to that. And anyone on Twitch, feel free to clip that if you want. Oh, we got another big one. It's National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. Yes, National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. January 15th, 2023 is National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. I like strawberry. Not my favorite flavor, but I do like, I'll eat it. I'll eat it. Why not? And you know what, though? Strawberry is one of those flavors, one of the 3 flavors that's crucial. I mean, absolutely crucial to a banana split. And if you like a banana split, that's important to know. Banana splits, I used to make them at Disney when I worked at Walt Disney World in Orlando years ago. We worked in the board and cone shop in the Veranda restaurant. And my buddy Ed, I don't know if has Ed popped in the chat yet? No, not yet. But he's usually arriving just about this time. But Ed and I used to make, at the board and cone shop and at the Veranda restaurant, particularly in the Veranda restaurant down in Walt Disney World, the Walt Disney, what was at the time the Walt Disney World Village in Orlando, we used to make banana splits, just amazing banana splits, and I still remember the recipe for it. There was a scoop of vanilla, scoop of chocolate, scoop of strawberry ice cream, and then you put the pineapple. Oh no, excuse me. You put the strawberry on the vanilla, the strawberry topping on the vanilla, the pineapple on the chocolate, pineapple topping, and then we'd put the chocolate topping on the strawberry. Now this would all go in between a banana. We'd take a banana, split it in 2, set it in the little banana boat serving dish, and then we'd put the scoops in, and we'd put the toppings on, and then we'd shush it with some whipped cream, like that, and throw some walnuts on it. Great. Oh, and 3 cherries too. They got 3 cherries. Maraschino cherries. Great dessert. And it was really something for 2 people, but I've seen one person eat those before. Strawberry ice cream and sprinkles too. Strawberry ice cream with sprinkles. Got it? Strawberry ice cream with sprinkles. So here's National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. I will drink to that. What's Up says, oh, that's a good one. What wine goes with a hot pastrami sandwich? Wow. There are a lot of different wines that would go good. This Zin would probably go great with a pastrami sandwich. I would say a Zin for the Reds, a Zin, a Chianti maybe. A Cab. You can have a Cab with it, a Cabernet. You could have a good Pinot with it. It's really more of a red wine kind of thing. I think pastrami sandwich is really more for red wine than it is for white wine. But if you wanted a white wine, I would say maybe a Pinot Gris or something. But I would really recommend having it more with a red wine. That would be my recommendation. And let's see what else we got going on here. I'm just checking Facebook just to make sure everything's cool there. And Justice says, LOL, some people put their animals in strollers. I have seen that. I have seen that in our neighborhood, as a matter of fact. Yeah, so I've seen outside our neighborhood where they're pushing the kids walking next to the mom and the dog's in the stroller. It's like, Mom, when do I get a turn? Yeah. Quiet, Jimmy. Fido's tired. Yeah, no, that gets a little absurd, doesn't it? It does, Justice. I agree with you. It gets a little, it's funny, but the dogs get tired of walking. But the dogs love to walk, aren't they supposed? They like to go on a walk, right? Whenever we mentioned the word walk to Cosmo, even in passing, his ears were like, walk. Yeah, I want to go for a walk. They love to walk. So why put them in a stroller? I agree with you there, Justice. Some people... Yeah, Justice says, and put their kids on leashes, LOL. They do. I haven't personally seen that, but I have heard of that happening. Joker says it was the right button. We are celebrating the almighty pastrami sandwich. Well, there you go. All right, here's to... Well, okay, we'll do that. Here's to the almighty pastrami sandwich. I will drink to that. And what else do we have going on? Twitch says, we've got a few folks in Twitch here that just showed up. What's up says, Rick, what's your go-to pastrami sandwich? Mustard, sauerkraut, Swiss. Pastrami, Swiss, and the mustard. The mustard, like sort of like a Grey Poupon kind of mustard. This is more spicy mustard, not the regular mustard, but with the go-to pastrami sandwich, it would be the Swiss cheese and the spicy mustard, if you know what I mean. Got any Grey Poupon? That kind of thing. CM Cinder says, bagel, and she says, I need strawberry ice cream. I need it too. Of course, your mother would disagree with that. I really need it, don't I? Yeah. Strawberry ice cream, that's what's made me the man I am today. 69 Mets fan is in the chat. And he says, hi, Rick, sorry I'm late. Can you drink my wine? Oh, can you drink any wines I missed again? Drinking them now, as a matter of fact, 69 Mets. And by the way, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We're about to show, you didn't miss the film. We're about to show the film. So we're about to show the film in just a few minutes. And we got a first-time chat. A couple of folks in the first-time chat. Andy, is it... Andy Lena says hi, and hi right back at you. It's great to see you here. And also Ryder RG, and it says, ya estamos aquí, amigo Baracho. And I don't really speak Spanish, but I do appreciate your being here. Thank you very much. Panic Chero 1 says hi, and hi right back at you. And Andy Tilt says, hola, amigo. That I do understand. And we have a raid here. Do we have a raid here? Do we have a raid going on in the chat? I did not see that right away, but it looks like we have a raid here. Tom Antio, are you in the chat? Can you check on that? Looks like we have a raid. We have folks raiding us. And wow, it's great to see you all here. Thanks for being here and joining us on Twitch tonight. And let's see, who else we have? We have folks here. Toma Toons is in the chat, and we have a bunch of folks in the chat here. Ronald Op22 and Luis Gustavo. I can't read Spanish. Do I speak? And Memfroyo, do you speak Spanish? Not really. I took a couple of semesters of Spanish in college, and I took a year of French in high school. And mostly what I remember about Spanish and French in my French class, I mostly remember the girls in French class because I was about the only guy in French class. And in Spanish class, mostly what I remember in Spanish class were the girls in Spanish class, because there were a lot of girls in Spanish class. That's mostly where... Ronald says, I speak very poquito English. Sorry. No problem. No worries there. No worries there. Look, I'm just glad you're all here. I'm just glad you're here. 69 says, is wine the universal language? It is indeed. It is indeed. And I just a lot of new messages coming up. I just want to Sergio98 is in the chat, also says, what is the name of the wine you are drinking? Well, I'm glad you asked. And also Nelson Poma 27, writer, thank you for being here. Did I get everybody in here? I want to Toma Tunes, Memfoy, Nelson Poma, and wow, we've got a great crowd of people here from the raid. Tom, who was rating us here? Do you know who was rating us on Twitch? By the way, for those who are not on Twitch, you're not familiar with what a raid is. That's when folks get in from another stream. Another streamer is streaming, and then when that streamer ends their stream, they send everyone from. They just kind of move their stream over to, like in this case, this stream tonight, and all of the chatters are there in this stream. But I want to say thank you very much for being here. It's much appreciated. And Tom, we need to get a shout out, Tom Antio, if we can get a shout out to the streamer from whence everyone arrived from. Anyway, for the wine, what kind of wine is that? I am going to show you right now, as a matter of fact. It is this. It is an Italian wine. Now, me being of Italian heritage, and believe it or not, I do not speak Italian either, but I am of Italian heritage. My grandfather came over the boat from Italy before the Second World War, between the First and the Second World War. This is called a Magnifico Rosso Fuoco. It is a Primitivo. Now, what that translates to is it translates to magnificent red fire. Magnificent red fire is what it means. It's a Primitivo. And what a Primitivo is a Zinfandel. That's just what they call a Zinfandel in Italy, a Primitivo. So that's what we're drinking tonight. It's actually pretty good. I'm really impressed with the wine. I wasn't sure I was going to like it at first, but as it's opened up, and of course we paired it with some foods. Yes, those are sprinkles. So for those of you who missed the earlier part of the show, those are sprinkles on the burger, because I made the burger. My lovely wife, she is in Texas with some friends right now. She was not here to do the to put together the platter tonight or do the presentation on it. So I made the burger, and I did not do a very good job on it. So I put the sprinkles on it, basically to put lipstick on a pig, for lack of a better term. Putting lipstick on the pig, and then of course we did the cowbell, but the cowbell didn't help either, which actually we could use some more cowbell, don't you think? We can always use more cowbell. Yes, more cowbell. Yeah, CM Center says the sprinkles burger. There it is. Okay, and we have, let me check this here one more time. I'm just going to check all of the chats here. Okay, going back to Twitch here for just a moment. It was Andy Alita. It was me. We raided someone else first, but she couldn't handle our humor and closed her stream while we were on her stream. We saw you, and some of us came here. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Now, if you can handle my humor. Now, we do keep it clean here. Once again, just to reiterate, we don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion on the show. We talk about things that bring people together, as wine does, because as wine does is bring people together. We're all about bringing people together and having a good time. And you can drink wine, you can drink tequila, you can drink rum, you can drink... I have an empty bottle of rum over here, by the way. I can't show it to you because there's nothing in it. But you can drink water, it's fine. Fruit juice, you can drink Hawaiian punch. You can drink whatever you want, as long as you're legal to drink and as long as it's safe to drink. But this isn't about just drinking the wine. This is about more than that. It's about drinking together and eating together, except for burgers with sprinkles on them. We're going to show a film here in just a few minutes, so everybody stick around. We're going to show one of the films that I made back about 40-some-odd years ago, and it is kind of a sequel to a film that I showed last week, and I think you'll all really enjoy it. It's called The Traveling Guy. We're going to show that in just a few minutes. Let's finish. Before we do that, we need to finish toasting the national days for just a minute. We only have a couple more national days to toast. By the way, Andy says, good luck with your stream. 5:31 here, good, and AM, good night. Well, before you go, Andy, I want to say thank you very much. There's some applause for you, Andy, and I want to thank you very, very much for being so kind as to raid the stream here tonight. I want to thank you very, very much for that. Thank you. I got to make sure, put your link to your Twitch channel in there, please, before you go. Put the link in there to your Twitch channel for all those who are on Twitch now, who are not familiar with your stream. Put your link in there. That's fine. And so I can send you over there. Tell me, NTL, if you can assist him with that. If you can, that would be great. Panichero 1 says you're drinking tequila is from Mexico. I wish I had some tequila to drink. But yes, tequila is from Mexico. And here's to tequila, by the way. And to Mexico. Okay, we got two more national days to toast. National Booch Day. Tomorrow, which is going to be today, and another 22, I don't know what time it is anymore, 11:34, 26 minutes. It's going to be National Booch Day. Now, what is Booch? I'll tell you what Booch is. I almost made the mistake. I did buy some, actually. National Booch Day is, it's also known, is short for kombucha. If you're familiar with kombucha, it's a drink that, I'll tell you what it's made of. It's kind of an effervescent fermented beverage. It's kind of a fermented beverage. It's kind of bold, but it's and it goes from sweet to tart. You know, it's kind of ranges from sweet to tart depending on how it's made. But it basically made from fermented tea, pretty much. Now, I love tea. Don't get me wrong. I love tea. Kombucha, the thing is about kombucha is if you don't make it right, if you don't make it correctly, I should say, kombucha can be a great, healthful drink. There are a lot of health benefits to drinking kombucha. Problem is that if you don't make it correctly, it can actually cause more problems than anything else. You get bacteria in there, and then we have all kinds of kidney-related problems and things like that. So you kind of have to make it correctly. Best to have it made, from a professional kombucha provider, supplier, company, whatever. But here's the thing. I went to Trader Joe's the other day, and I was buying some wine, and I saw some cans of kombucha on the shelf. Now, I really didn't know a lot of the backstory on the risks with kombucha. I didn't really know that much about it, but I said, you know what? This could be kind of fun for Tom Antio and I to try out, to drink. So I bought 4 cans, about 2 cans each of a couple of different types of kombucha. Took it, paid for it, got it home. After I got home, I was Googling it up, and I read about some of the risks. I read the health benefits. That was great. But then I read about some of the risks of kombucha, and I thought, you know what? I'm not sure I really want to open these and try it out. So the next day, this was Friday? Yeah, it was Thursday night. Thursday night, I packed them back up and took them back to Trader Joe's and got a refund for them. I said, no, I don't think I want to try this afterward. I tell you, I've got the receipt here for what I paid for the kombucha. Okay, this is the types of kombucha I got. I got Giant, I think it's pronounced Giant Hard Kombucha, the original. There were $2.34 a can for a 12-ounce can, like the size of a beer. $2.34 a can. I got 2 cans of that. That was $4.68. Then I got another one called Flying Embers Hard Kombucha. Those were $2.34. So it looks like they didn't only charge me. Well, I guess they did. I don't know. anyway, I took them back. That was almost $10 worth of kombucha that I had to get my money back on. Has anybody ever heard of kombucha? Have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried kombucha? Kombucha, I guess you would say. Kombucha. What's up? Anyway, 69 Mets fan says you can get drunk on kombucha, so cheers. Yeah, it can. Andy Lita says, don't worry, my stream is full Spanish, but thanks anyway. Good night, and good night to you. Thank you once again very much. Sergio98 says, good night. Hi from Peru. From Peru. Okay, I got to tell you something. South American wines. Some South American wines are just absolutely amazing. You're talking about from Argentina and from some of these other places. South American wines are amazing. And we have reviewed a few of them on the show, a number of them on the show in the past. I'm going to review another one coming up. But I love some South American wines. They make some really fine wines in South America, I want to say. I really do think so. What's Up says, if you like tea, I've got a recommendation. Stephen Smith Tea Maker. A friend recommended them to me, and they're basically all I drink now, but you have to order from their site. I've never heard of them. Stephen Smith Teas. Okay, I'm going to write that one down. Yeah, I'm writing you up quite a bit tonight, aren't I? What's up? No, I'm not writing you up. I'm writing your recommendations down. By the way, for those who are not familiar, I take recommendations. And not just for wine, but for any drink. I love tea, I love coffee. I love wine, beer, ciders. I don't drink soda so much anymore, but I like all the rest of the stuff. Yeah, tequila too. Some good tequila, some good rum. And I saw someone the other night, and who was it? I think it was on the Mike Tech show. Who we were talking about wine, and then she mentioned. He says, "Wine. All I drink is whiskey. Whiskey's the way to go." There's nothing wrong with a good whiskey. There are some really fine wine. There are really fine whiskeys out there. Okay, there really are. Not knocking whiskey at all. Okay, just drink in moderation. All right, so we're quiet everywhere else. Hope Ed's going to be here tonight and on Facebook. Yeah, we're still having issues with Facebook, and fortunately, and as I mentioned last week, we had an issue. We've been having an ongoing issue with Facebook where we have a certain bot the copyright bot goes in there and is just flagging all my streams for apparently claiming that they own the rights to all this stuff, and they don't. But I have to individually dispute each one of them, and they lift them, but that takes like 7 days to do that. So they lifted one today. As a matter of fact, they released one today, but it's getting pretty old pretty quick. Now, I could not post this kind of hurt me on Facebook too, because I have a Facebook page, Drink with Rick page on Facebook, and as I showed you before on the web page, Drink with Rick Facebook page is /Drink with Rick. Well, unfortunately, we're not streaming there tonight. Now, we are streaming live on the website at drinkwithrick.com. There's no chat there, but you can watch the stream live there. But on the Facebook page, I couldn't stream there because they wanted me to change. Before, I could just drop the stream there, and it was not a big deal. Now, if I want to drop the stream there, they force me to change my profile from Rick to Drink with Rick, which by itself, on the surface, is not a bad thing, except for the fact that once I change my profile and I go back to Rick for the main stream on Facebook, it screws up the whole my whole access to the stream on Facebook. It just totally messes it up. So I don't. It's just Facebook being Facebook again. Just just trying to overthink things and trying to make things easier for you, where they're actually making it more difficult. But that's Facebook. All right. So anyway, we got a film to show, don't we? Okay, let's show a film. And I think we're done with the National Days, aren't we? Did we finish the National Days? Okay, there were two. Okay. All right, so National Booch Day. No. You can drink to that. We also have National Hat Day, which is also January 15th, a National Hat Day. I wear hats. Can't you tell? It's probably an old wives' tale, but my mom used to say, or a few people used to say, that wearing hats all the time would make you go bald. I don't know that. I think this is male pattern baldness. I think I was going to go bald anyway, but who knows? Anyway, here's the National Hat Day. I love hats. I like to wear hats. I have favorites. All right, so that does it for the national days. Once again, this is what we're drinking. We're drinking the Magnifico Rosso Fuoco Primitivo, which translates to Magnificent Red Fire Zinfandel. That's what it translates to. Magnificent Red Fire Zinfandel. So that's what we're going on. That's what we have going on there tonight. Okay. So we're done with that. We're going to show the film here in just a moment. And am I missing something? Am I forgetting anything? Everything on the list? We showed Chugabug already, didn't we? Okay, so let's show The Traveling Guy, which I think you'll enjoy. This is a film I made back in, let me make sure I've got this set to go, because I was, by the way, for those of you who are interested, I'm going to set up a few minutes, about 10-minute after show, maybe 20 minutes if we get a really lively chat, but we'll have a 10 to 20 minute after show that'll leave things running, and you can request. I'll take requests for some of my films that I have in the queue here, and that I can show you, and you can enjoy watching some films after the show if you'd like to do that for a little while. Anyway, where was my oh, it's up near the front. Here we go. There's The Traveling Guy. Okay, I've got it all queued up. A little bit of a setup here, just a minute, but for those who watched The Analyst last week on the show, The Traveling Guy is sort of a sequel to that. It's a short film that I made with a friend of mine. Well, actually, there are two Petes here. The Pete Gibbiser, who I was in the film with Pete Gibbiser in The Analyst, and of course, they had a kind of a twist ending to it. And then on this, The Traveling Guy, it's kind of the same sort of theme, but reversed. And I was starring in this thing with my friend Pete Gibbiser, and Jim Chamberlain, I think, was the cinematographer. No, excuse me, he was part of it. He was doing some of the production on it. Lawrence Johnson, who was doing the camera boom, the mic boom on it. And we were using his property, actually, his backyard. And it was, I think a lot of it was shot, it was directed by Peter Moltak. Now, Pete Moltak is an old friend of mine who is no longer with us. He passed away a couple of years, about 2 years, not even 2 years, about a year and a half after Chi and I got married. And he was a good, dear friend of mine. We worked together at WOFL, Fox 35 in Orlando. And we worked together there for many, many years. And he had a band. He had a band called The Generators. Really, really talented guy. Wrote a lot of his own music. They had just basically got ready to be signed on with a label. And suddenly he passed away one weekend when he was doing one of his weekend shows locally. And I saw him. As a matter of fact, she and I happened to go see his band play that weekend. She was carrying Tia at the time, and we saw them play. And little did I know. I talked to him after the show a bit. He was really happy that I came, and I was happy to be there because they put on a great show. Little did I know that was the last time I was going to see him. So it was kind of sad. But anyway, he directed this film, part of a film course he took when he was attending UCF, University of Central Florida, in Orlando. So I'm going to go ahead and show this now. And let's see, anybody else in the chat here at the moment? Okay. All right, well, if everybody's ready, I'll go ahead and show it. This is, and once again, we can stick around after the show for the after show and show some other films. I'll give you a list, and you can request what other films you want to watch. Anyway, here is The Traveling Guy.
Hi, Bill.
Oh, hi, Charlie. I didn't see you come up.
What you up to?
Oh, nothing much. I'm just planting a few plants around the tree to spruce up the yard a bit. What brings you by?
Well, I thought I'd just come over and say goodbye to my best friend before I left.
Leave? Oh, yeah, the vacation you're going to take. You know, I've been meaning to take a vacation myself for a while, but I just
Bill.
haven't had the time to, you know, get away from it all. I've
Bill.
got so much work to go do and all.
Bill,
I
it's not a vacation. It's not a vacation.
It's not a vacation.
That's right. It's not a vacation. I'm going away for good this time.
Good. You mean you're leaving town?
Yeah.
How come? You lose your job?
No, actually, I'm leaving because of my job. I'm being transferred.
Transferred? Where to? Out of state?
You could say that.
When are you leaving?
Today.
Today? That's kind of sudden, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you must be pretty dedicated to your work to just up and leave on just short notice like that. You know, I've often wondered about that place you work at anyway. What's it called? Central Research?
Research Central.
Yeah, Research Central, that's it. Just what is it you do there anyway?
Well, I suppose that now I'm leaving, I could tell you exactly what I'm doing there. It's an environmental research center. I do research and studies on the environment. Yeah. You know, Bill, we've been good friends a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, good friends. We've had some pretty good times together too, you know?
Yeah.
You know, remember that time we went fishing down at Jetty Park and you brought that funny looking lure with you and Mark, he had his lucky worm. Remember that? Yeah, and we fished all night too, and
He didn't catch a damn thing with that
No,
one,
he didn't. He didn't. Well, you caught 50 pounds of bass and trout, and he came back with only half a worm.
Yeah.
Boy, he was so sorry to talk to us for weeks. Yeah, they were good times. Well, at least we can write.
Hmm?
We can write each other.
No, I don't think we'll be able to do that.
Well, what do you mean? Of course we can write each other. You can't write, can't you?
Of course I can write.
All right, then you can write.
Where I'm going, that'll be impossible.
Well, where are you going? Siberia?
Not exactly.
Well, is it out of the country?
You could say that.
Well, at least it's not another planet.
Bill, there's something I got to tell you. Something I've been wanting to tell you for a long time, and it's something I got to tell you before I go.
What is it?
You probably won't believe me when I tell you, but...
Well, come on, tell me. What is it?
Well, it's true, but you got to believe me when I tell you. My name is Signet. I'm from the planet Alpha Centauri. I've been here on this planet for 3 years doing environmental research, and it's time for me to go home.
Come on, Charlie, knock it
I didn't
off.
think
Tell
you'd believe me. It's true. It is true.
No, Charlie, knock it off, okay? Come on.
I didn't think you were going to listen or believe me, but it is true.
You're serious. Are you You on drugs or something?
No.
Well, if you are from outer space, how come you don't look any different from the average human?
Why should I? Most intelligent organic life in the universe looks humanoid.
I see.
You don't believe me, do you?
I believe you. Of course I believe you. Let's see. Your name is Signet. You're from Alpha Centauri. You live on a spaceship. Let's see. Your mother is the Loch Ness Monster, and your father is a little green man on Mars.
No. My mother and father are human just like me. Second of all, there aren't any little green men on Mars.
Of course not.
They're orange.
All right. Look, if you're really from another planet, where's your spaceship?
Someone to pick me up. In fact, I wanted to come over and say goodbye to you first, so I gave them the coordinates over here. They should be picking me up in a couple minutes.
And I suppose all you got to do is say, "Beam me up, Scotty."
Snurtle.
What?
Beam me up, Snurtle.
Snurtle.
Yeah, he's the guy in the transporter room. It's all been prearranged. They should be beaming me up in about a minute and 20 seconds.
Charlie.
Look, I know you still think I'm crazy. You know, I wasn't really sure where I was going to be standing, so I gave them the coordinates of your tree here. They should be able to scan the area and pinpoint my exact location.
Charlie, look, you're getting a little carried away. You're taking this thing a little too far. Hey, come on, look at me. It's me, your buddy Bill, huh? Now look. Do you see a spaceship? Where's your spaceship? Now look, it's just all part of your imagination. Now, if you were really going to Alpha Centauri, there'd be a spaceship, wouldn't there?
Right.
Now,
It's behind the cloud.
Charlie,
Look, Bill,
what am I going to do
I
with
don't
you?
expect you to understand anymore. I know it's difficult to believe, but in about 20 seconds I'll be able to prove it to you. Yeah, I know it all sounds kind of silly now, but I've been on this planet for so long, and you've been the best friend I've had. In fact, the best friend I've had even in the entire universe. I'm gonna miss you.
Oh, Charlie.
Well, Bill, it's about time. It's been nice knowing you. We probably won't see each other anymore. I can understand how you feel. I mean, if I were in your position, I'd send somebody to come take me away, but this is the truth. Goodbye, my friend.
Charlie? Hey, Charlie. Hey, where'd you go? Charlie? Charlie, wait, come back. I believe you. Don't go, Charlie. Charlie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Charlie. I never got to the bus.
You know what? I forgot. That's the second time I forgot to do that. My apologies, folks. I turned off the mic during the film to avoid extraneous distractions from the audio here while the film's rolling. My apologies. Well, I have an edit to do for the podcast, don't I? And for the show, too, I suppose. No, Photo Ray just joined us in chat during the film, and I want to say thanks for joining us in the chat. I really appreciate it. And Photo Ray wants to know, was it shot on Super 8 60mm? And he says, okay, a Super 8. He saw it was on Super 8. Yeah, thanks for alerting me to the no mic, Photo Ray. I appreciate that. No audio. And you know what? Seam Center says round of applause, though. Yes, a round of applause for Photo Ray. Thank you very much for alerting me to that. Ray says yes. Yeah, I got caught up in watching it myself, and it was... No, I was thinking about this. During the film, I was saying, okay, I turned off the mic. I've got to make sure I unmute that before I come back, and then I'm like, of course I will. And then, of course, I forgot. Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it? That's how it works. So... Oh, you meant applause for Rick. No, applause for Photo Ray. Thank you for alerting me to that, because it was Photo Ray that got in the chat, and I was watching the chats. Fortunately, I was not listening. See, here's the thing. I got this thing on my ear, right? This is so that I can monitor not the audio coming from here, but the audio coming back to me from everywhere else, from the stream. And actually, I'm on a 2 to 3 second delay here. And for some people, it drives them nuts. It did for me at first, but I got used to it. So now I kind of sort of tune some of that out. I just listen to it so I know that I've got audio coming back. But guess what? I was so caught up in what I was talking about, I wasn't paying any attention to what was coming in through my ear, or what wasn't coming in through my ear. So the surveillance earpiece. We sell those by two-way radios, by the way. Primarily for radios, but I use them for this. Anyway, Photo Ray, I want to thank you very much. And as a matter of fact, Photo Ray, because we were going to give away a book tonight, I just want to let you know that the new Drink with Rick, the official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook is out. We gave some away during the holidays. It is out. It is, let me put it here instead of this thing. Okay, there we go. Let's put it on camera 3. Okay, there it is right there. The official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook. You can pick these up at Amazon for $8.99. But Photo Ray, I want to give away one tonight. Photo Ray, you win this copy because you were so quick to point that out, and I appreciate you being here. What you want to do is just send me a valid shipping address where I can ship it to. Don't worry, I'm not going to use it for anything else, but just shipping that. Just send it to rick@civilianmedia.com, rick@civilianmedia.com right here, where it is, right here, yeah. And I will get you a free copy of the official Drink with Rick wine tasting notebook. And Photo Ray says, why, thank you. And no, really, I really appreciate your being on top of this. Thank you very much. You saved the show. You saved the show. So you get you saved the show for
there you
us.
go. Oh wow, that's a good one.
So cool. Anyway, so I think, which camera I'm on? See, I don't even know which camera I'm on. 14.5% alcohol by volume, folks. That's what's in this Primitivo. This is a Magnifico Rosso. This is a Fuoco that translates to magnificent. See, I haven't had too much. Magnificent red fire. That's what that translates to. Magnificent red fire. Primitivo is just another word for Zinfandel, so that's what that is, and it's actually pretty good. Let me go ahead and give you my final review on the wine tonight, as a matter of fact. And we paired it with these wonderful foods. I just dropped the fork. Paired it with these wonderful or not so wonderful foods here because my lovely wife Chi, is out gallivanting around with my sister-in-law and friends in Texas. So I was left alone to do the food prep here for the show, and let me tell you something, I do a really horrible job at it. My idea of fixing food is to put sprinkles on everything, which is what I did. I'm just a sad case, aren't I, Chi? So Photo Ray says, so was that the only film production you made? No, absolutely not. Made quite a few. When I started making films when I was about 12, 13 years old. Some of them I'm not going to show. They're not worth showing. But others, when I got into high school, junior high and high school, my buddies and I, who were also really into making films, we started a film club in high school, as a matter of fact, for our interest in film, and we made a lot of films there. And then later on, after high school, we went on to join a local club that someone else had started in Orlando called the Cinematography Club of Orlando, which later became the Association of Cinematic Arts, and then later on the Association of Cinematic and Video Arts. And we made a lot of films there. We made a lot of films then. So a lot of the films that I have here, I have almost 100,000 feet of Super 8 and 8 millimeter and 16 millimeter film in a bin down here below. Most of it probably won't get transferred. Some of it has. Select pieces of it have already been transferred. I am in the process of doing some post-production work on some of the stuff that's been transferred and restored so far, but some of it has been done. And I do have a collection of films that I show on the show every week, or every few weeks. I'll show them as I get a new one to show. Sometimes I'll replay the old ones. I've played this one twice now, I think. And after the show, tonight after the show, if you want, I'll stick around. We'll do a little after show, and I can show you a couple of the other films if you want to see them. You can. I have a few of them queued up here, and you can see some of the other films. And they're various films, various productions. It all culminated in a feature film. We actually did a feature film. That was the last Super 8 film that I actually made with my buddies. Before we all got married and settled down and moved away and all that kind of thing. It was called Space Apes from Ice Planet Alpha. I am in the process of getting it restored fully now, and I've actually had the transfer done, and I'm in the process of getting some of the audio stuff worked on and things like that. But it was actually a feature film shot on Super 8, and the premise is about some guys. It's Space Apes from Ice Planet Alpha. It's about a bunch of guys who are making a Super 8 film. They want to make a space film on Super 8. Does that sound familiar? A lot of kids did that, especially after Star Wars came out in 1977. A lot of people wanted to make fan films and their own Super 8 films. And these guys, and we're basically making fun of ourselves in the film club because we're spoofing it as, oh yeah, it's going to be a great film on Super 8, and it just kind of goes downhill from there, and it's just kind of chronicling the production of this film. Anyway, hopefully I'll have that to show. I'm going to try. Someone asked me last week if we were going to. Was it What's Up? Somebody did. Asked me if I had plans for a 200th episode, the 200th episode anniversary show for Drink with Rick, because our 200. This is episode 191. We are coming up on we're 9 away from episode 200. Yes, I have a big plans set for that. I'm hoping. I don't know if I'm going to have the film ready for that, but I'm kind of hoping that it'll culminate in an after show where we premiere this film. We will see. We shall see. But it kind of depends, because I'm a busy guy these days. I'm making I'm doing this for one thing. I'm making manuals for. I got a bunch of them here. I just happen to have a bunch of them here because I'm working on them for work. But I have a bunch of product manuals. That's one of the things I do at By Two-Way Radios is I write these product manuals for some of the products that we sell there, and so I'm making all these user manuals and operation manuals and things like that. That's one of the things I do. And I've been working on a couple this weekend. But I've been really, really busy with that. So I've been meaning to get back to some of my films, but just been busy with that stuff. Anyway, so hopefully tomorrow, next few days this week, I'll have some time to sit down and work on the films. And Apple Shampoo is in the chat on Twitch, and also Flax Addicts is in the chat on. I missed a few here. Flax Addicts is in the chat, and it's great to see you here. I'm pretty. I appreciate you being here, and also Apple Shampoo is in the chat, and they have questions as well. Apple Shampoo says you like to drink, and yes, I do. I like to drink in moderation, of course, and of course. I'm saying that because my wife is in the chat on YouTube and because Roadkill, my kids are in the bill, excuse me. See, I've had too much to drink already. 14.5% alcohol by volume, folks. That's what's in this thing. 14.5% alcohol by volume. And it's starting to, it's probably time for me to end the show soon. But my kids are in there too, and they're watching the show. And, of course, I have Roadkill Bill waiting in the wings to tell us about our moral obligations about drinking responsibly. So Roadkill Bill, he's over here, which we bring him up at the end of the show. But yes, I like to drink. Apple Shampoo says, my kids started to cry when they hear the ice cream, when they hear the ice start to shake in a glass. Well, why did they do that? They start to cry when they hear the ice start to shake in a glass. Oh, wow. That's... And Flax Addict says, remember Wine Library TV, Gary V? Of course I do. Of course I remember Wine Library TV. Wine Library TV is actually still, I think it's still active on Roku. I still have it on my Roku, and I think they show a lot of, I don't think that Gary V is doing anything with it now, but that I know of, but for those who are not familiar with Gary V, that's Gary Vaynerchuk, and he is they start the Wine Library TV is one of the channels that you can get on Roku, and I have a Roku. I've had one for many years, and I've watched it quite a bit. I still I don't know. I don't think it's been updated in a while. But yeah, Gary Vee is still doing his thing all around. He's kind of gotten away from doing a lot of the wine stuff, but he's still he's more interested in motivating people to do something. And he's good at what he does, and there's no doubt about it. Apple Shampoo says, I'm drinking right now. I know it's not good for me, but I'm still drinking. I don't care what she says. Sometimes I kick back and make a drink and read the stereo instructions. Tech writing. Flex's Tech says tech writing. I do some tech writing. I've done a lot of different tech writing. This show's going to go long, isn't it? Yeah. She's not here tonight. She's in Texas with my sister-in-law and her friends. So I can go long, I guess, a little bit. A little bit. I have limits for my stream here, of course. Apple Shampoo says, what do you think about those blenders for wine? Pretentious BS, right? Well, I really don't have an opinion on them one way or the other. I'll be honest with you. Don't really have an opinion. CM Center says, heading off for tonight. Have fun with the rest of the stream. We'll right back at you, CM Center. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully Tom Antio's still in there doing some moderation. I appreciate it. Here's the CM Center. Also, yeah, there was another question here, wasn't there? There are a few questions. Let's see. I've got to get back and check on Chi, if she's still watching. Okay, let me check all the chats here. Okay, because we do multi-stream. It's not just Twitch. We multi-stream simultaneously to 5 different platforms. We multi-stream to Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, you can actually watch this show live on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Odyssey. And I'm always looking for another one to stream to. You can find them all here, right here. And you can follow me or subscribe to me or whatever on any of those if you want to. I don't really push that hard. I don't. Everybody, I guess it kind of bugs me sometimes when I'm on YouTube and they go, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ding, press the bell, all this kind of thing. I don't really push any of that stuff. If you want to follow me, you want to like me, you want to subscribe, that's great. I'm not going to beg for all that kind of stuff. The way I see it is if you like the show, you'll subscribe, you'll follow. It comes naturally. Right? Okay, well, there's some YouTubers that say, well, about 20% of the people are going to hit subscribe button. They'll watch you They'll watch you every time you do a stream or every time you do a show, but unless you actually ask them to subscribe, they won't subscribe unless you actually ask them to. My take on it is, yeah, but I don't want to push people to stuff like that. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't, it's okay. It's okay too. I'm fine with it. As long as you're watching with me and drinking with me and in the chats and just having a good time along with everyone else. So that's what it's all about. And an apple shampoo, you like kick back and make a drink and read the stereo instructions. What do you think about, oh, yeah, I read that. Let's see. He says, apple shampoo says you just drink. Well, I drink and I review the wines. I mean, I don't just drink. I just don't open the bottle and drink it. I drink it and I review the wine and I pair it with some foods like this horrible thing that I made today because my wife isn't here to make it for me. I rely on her for so much. I really do.
Oh, you little boy!
Yeah, it was an awful platter. I just not the best. Because my wife does a great presentation. She does amazing stuff. That was my mom, by the way, slapping me. That really was my mom. Believe it or not. Somebody said, no, that wasn't your mom. Yeah, that really was my mother. Years ago. Apple Shampoo says, I like Pabst Blue Ribbon, but the next day it makes me, you have to go so bad. Yeah, that's, I understand that. Says, lately I've been drinking those IPAs the guy down the quarry have been talking about. You know, my boss loves IPAs. That's the only thing that he drinks. And Apple Shampoo relies on his wife. She does hair, so she's always gone. I feel that I rely on my wife. She's a part-time dancer, and she does hair, so she's always gone. Well, my wife is gone for the weekend, but it's for a specific reason. That's because no, she's not mad at me or anything. She might be mad when she gets back. She says what kind of shape the house is in, but no, she's gone because she went down to visit. We have a friend of ours that. He has some health issues right now, and she and my sister-in-law and a friend of ours went down to Texas to visit him, make sure he's going to be okay for the weekend. She's doing that, and then she's going to be flying back up here Sunday night. So I got to go pick her up to the airport Sunday night, and so it was really more of a having to go down there and check on a friend to make sure they're okay. So that's what that's all about. So that's what. In the meantime, we're kind of roughing it here because we rely on her so much. I don't think I can read that. But anyway, so Flex, you are familiar with Super 8 then? You've done some things on Super 8? Have you done anything on Super 8 in the past? 16 millimeter? I've shot a little bit of 16. Okay, so anyway, the show, I think it's about time to wrap it up for now. And then we'll go into a little after show, and then what you guys can do in the after show. Flax says, I did filmmaking back in college, but the industry was rough. It's been rough for a long time, and I understand what you don't really need to say much more about that. I understand. Look, here's what happened to me. When my family left me, I don't like to say my family left me because I wanted to stay in Orlando, and when I graduated high school, my family moved up to Ohio because my dad got a job up there with the VA hospital up there because he was a pharmacist. And I want to stay here, and I just gotten a job at Disney, Walt Disney World, and my big plans were to go out, go to college for film, and then go on out to California and make my name there doing film, and maybe because there was some talk about Florida becoming a big mecca for filmmaking, maybe staying in Florida and becoming part of Hollywood East, as they called it at the time. But such was not to be. As I got farther along into that sort of thing and looked at the industry and where the industry was going, I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like what I saw, and I decided, I don't really want to be a part of this. It's just not me. It's not for me. My ethics and my the way I was brought up, it was just not. It just went against the grain for a lot of what I believed in. So I did not go to out there and pursue a lot of that stuff, and I decided to go in a different direction. I went to television, not necessarily on television, but I did a lot of, I worked in the television industry, in the local TV industry, and I did a lot of voice work. I did quite a bit of voice work. I still do some voice work sometimes, but that when I saw what I saw going on out there, I didn't really, it wasn't my cup of tea, so to speak. So that's why I didn't pursue it. FluxTech says I did filmmaking back in college. Yeah, and it's still rough. It's gotten rougher, actually. Okay, good night. And Apple Shampoo says they don't make movies like they used to ever since Jay and Silent Bob. That might be the best movie they ever made. Yeah. They've made some pretty good films in the past. It's just not... Apple Shampoo says, I can't stand the entertainment industry. Too many egos. Well, there's a lot of that going on, yes. PhotoRay says, yep, many aspects of the photography video world can still be rough in different ways even now. Absolutely, I agree with that. I think it's gotten rougher in a lot of ways. I think it's been more difficult for people to work on that industry than it used to be. And you know what? What's worse is the music industry. The music industry has always been kind of a cesspool, but for those in the music industry, it's always been kind of like that. It just, they really, if you're a musician with any kind of talent, they take you and they use you up and they throw you away. Basically, this is what it is, and it's gotten worse over the years. It has gotten better, and that's why, if it wasn't for the internet. If it wasn't for the internet, these industries, of the film, the music industry, these industries would be basically just toast now. And people wouldn't be able to do anything in this industry anymore, not on their own. But thanks to the internet and thanks to a lot of things that we have now, modern technology, a lot of people can go independent and they can make a name for themselves. There's so many musicians now that are extremely talented people that they can go out on their own and they can make their own label, so to speak. They can do their own thing with music, and they don't need the music industry to make money, and they can do it on their own. And I think that's a great thing. I think that's a really great thing. So it's I think there's a lot going on with these industries, the media in general. That's why new media has kind of turned everything on its ear. Podcasting just gave radio a new. They gave radio something to think about. It's just. I think the technology now is just. I think what's happening now, disruption. This is a bit total disruption in the media industry, has been a good thing for a lot of independents, a lot of indies, and I want to see that continue. I think it's a good thing. So I think it's about time to wrap up the show tonight. I got off on so many tangents. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Now, stick around for those who want to do this. Stick around for the after show. We'll do 20 minutes in the after show, and you can request a couple of films. I'll show a couple of other short films that I've done that I've got queued up, and you can watch those, and it's always entertaining. We've done that a time or two before, and people really like that. So stick around for that. In the meantime, I want to thank everybody for being here, and there's so many people to thank. Wow. And once again, this is what we're drinking tonight. I've got to get the final review real quick. Magnifico Rosso Fuoco Primitivo, and it translates to Magnificent Red Fire in Italian. Primitivo is another word for Zinfandel. And when I first opened the wine, I wasn't sure what to make of it, but I'm really liking this wine. Really good. It's cherry and blackberry. And the vanilla has opened up. The vanilla has really come out there. I still don't really taste any plum. Not really getting much in the way of plum. The tobacco has kind of subsided, I should say. The cedar has subsided, but the vanilla has come out right out. Very good wine. I really highly recommend. I would think that if you open this wine, if you buy this wine, decant it. This is one that probably needs to be decanted. It'd probably be fine if it's decanted. I think it's perfect. It went well with everything on this plate except actually went well with everything on the plate except for the I didn't try it with sprinkles. No, I tried a piece of the burger without the sprinkle on it. Don't ask about the sprinkles. If you missed the beginning of the show, don't even ask about the sprinkles. Or you go back and look at the beginning of the show later, and it'll all fall into place. You'll get into proper context. If you want to, it's fine. It went well with the cheeses. It went well with the what was that? The sausages there, the beef sausage. It went well with all that. It's not Pepper Ridge Farm. What is that thing called? I don't remember. Anyway, so the brand of sausage. Anyway, I like the wine. It's pretty good. I recommend it. $14.99 is what I paid for it at winestore-online.com. I saw it for sale there was one specific Asian country that had it for a couple. I don't remember which one it was, but. I want to say it was in Thailand. No, it wasn't Thailand. It wasn't Indonesia. I can't remember which one. But they had it for $41 a bottle at one place and $43 in another place. And I don't get it from there. $14.99 a bottle. Pretty decent wine. I would say, yeah, I recommend it. It's a good wine. That's my final review on the wine tonight. And I want to thank everybody before I bring out our final celebrity here for the night. I want to thank everybody for being here with me tonight. I want to thank, the raid was amazing, and I really appreciate it. Can I thank everybody here? I want to thank What's Up for being in the chat tonight, CM Cinder, Tom Antio, of course. Who else do they have here? Andy Field, thank you very much for the chat. I really do appreciate it, Andy. Thank you very much. Ryder RG, Panachero 1, and let's see, anybody else? Menfreud, thank you for being here. And I don't want to miss anybody here. Nelson Poma 27, Ronald OP 22, Luis Gustavo. And, let's see. I'm going to go down the list here. The Automod was in the chat. It doesn't count. Nemo Perdido, thank you for being here in the chat as well. And anyone else that I miss, I don't want to miss anybody here. Menfreud, did I mention you? I want to thank you for being here in the chat. And also, who else? Sergio99 Edward. Thank you for being here. And Nelson Poma, 27. Did I mention you already? 69 Mets fan, of course, as always. And Photo Ray 002 and Apple Shampoo. Thank you for being here. Flax Addicts. Thank you also for being here tonight. And did I miss anybody? And that's just the folks on Twitch tonight. Deputy Thin, can I even pronounce that? After I've had 14.5% alcohol by volume here, it's hard to say. Deputy Ethan Mike, I'm sorry, forgive me if I'm butchering your name here, your handle. Deputy Ethan Michael says, I like wine, and you got it. Thank you for being here in the chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And once again, stick around after the after show. I'll show a couple of my films, Super 8 films, and it'll be your pick. You decide what you want to see, and we'll show it. And yes, you did it. Thank you. Well, thank you, Deputy, for being here. And also and that's just the folks on Twitch. Joker Card, and Chi, and Justice Violet, and everyone who joined me on YouTube. Thank you for being here tonight on YouTube. I really appreciate it. And everyone who is watching on Odyssey and Facebook and Twitter, but I could not. Wow, I have 105 tweets here. I missed that. Okay. But I want to say thank you very, very much for watching tonight. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I do mean that. Now, I do have one more. I have one more swig of this. I have one more celebrity to bring out, and you know who he is. He is none other than Roadkill Bill. Yes, Roadkill Bill. The inimitable, the flattened, the chewed up, torn up Roadkill Bill. He has a very important message for all of us. What's your message, Bill? Don't go all squirrely on me. The message is, please do not drink and drive. Drink in the comfort of your home, your apartment, your hotel room, your dwelling, wherever you are. Drink there. If you have to go, please just stay put if you can. But if you have to go somewhere, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a cab, call a friend. Get on a bus, Gus. That's as far as I'm going with that lyric, because I don't want to get copyright struck. Probably get one anyway. I do so every week on Facebook, by the way. You've heard that story. But look, just find a way to get home safely that doesn't involve you getting behind the wheel of a car and driving home yourself, please. But if you can't, just best to stay put. Okay? Don't text and drive either. That's dangerous too. Think about others as well as yourself. Think about the other people around you. Okay? Because I want you to have a great week. But most of all, I want you to have a safe week. So you can join me here again next week on the Saturday Night Wine Stream, and we can all get together and drink with Rick. Good night.